Hello everyone, welcome to Sepia Tears Midwinter's Reprise. Now this is the original, this was released on December 24th, 2013. And this was developed by Scarlet Studios. Now this is one of my favorite visual novels that I love playing during the winter season. So I like replaying it. Anyways, let's go ahead and check the options, see, because I am a little bit of a fast reader. That should be good. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too slow for me. You've heard of the Mayfly, right? It's one of those odd winter days when the snow is falling, but isn't cold. Either late November or the beginning of December, right around the time when the dollar stores start playing Christmas music and the couples go skating. One of those odd winter evenings, the same old 3 p.m. through the lens of the classroom window. I would describe the muted texture of the light through the glass, but it's become all too familiar. It'd be like raving about the miracle of flowers blooming in spring. The novelty's gone. Chairs screech against tiled floors and students chatter all around. The sounds fall on me, weightless. The Mayfly? The bug that lives for only a day once it grows its wings? It's a great metaphor. You must have seen it before. My mind wanders sometimes. It's like being stuck in a room with the TV set to local news, almost muted but not quite. Or like reading a boring webpage because you're too lazy to click away. Having a voice in your head that won't shut up. It used to bother me, but I can handle it now. Listen to music on the way home. Play a video game before you go to bed. Kill time in any way you can and it won't be so loud. Ever wonder why they even bother? It's simple, really. You pick up your books, stand up, put your gloves as you walk through the early winter chill. Get home, make a snack, relax, and let the process repeat itself. Life is the easiest thing in the world when you think about it. But sometimes, memories resurface. The horrible red-brown that encroaches on my vision, creeping from a box locked safely away. Oh. It's cold. I hadn't noticed before, but it looks like it's snowing. Was I out for that long? I was walking home from school a moment ago, I'm sure. Or is this a dream? That would make sense. But then why am I wearing my school uniform? And why is my wallet in my pocket? Well, that doesn't prove anything. But might as well roll with it. It's seriously pitch black here. I can make out the snowflakes just fine, but nothing seems to be lighting them. I better start moving before I freeze to death. Ah! That light, it's... You've come. You. Thank you for coming to see me. It's lonely here, you know. Lonely? Yeah, I can't deny that. It's a peaceful prison, trapped in the darkness under this soft snowfall. But it's a prison. What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see me? She looks familiar. I'm sure of it. That memory teases me like a vivid lucid dream, but I can't grab hold of it.
It's been such a long time. I thought you would have been ecstatic.
I open my mouth, but the words are lost. The more I search for the memory, the more her eyes bewitch me. As snowflakes land on the girl's hair, I force the first words out of my mouth. Who are you?
Do you really not remember me? What a shame. We have so much to catch up on.
Her smile is confident, mysterious, somewhere between angelic and doll-like.
There's nothing to worry about. After all, we have all the time in the world.
So then, who are you? She looks me in the eye and my heart stops.
I'm the person you wish you never met.
She embraces me and my senses freeze, until a color strikes my eye against the monochrome backdrop. Hanging in the stillness, a red ribbon drifts on the side of her hair. And on the inside of that ribbon, something is written. But just as fantastic as that is the fact that the words are scrambled, blurred, even though my eyes are only inches from it.
That ribbon. Don't you remember? It was your...
Her voice fades away. I glance at the ribbon again, but before I can move closer, my stomach flips upside down. Ah! The girl's warmth fades from my arms. Is she oops, let's go back. Is she disappearing? This whole world is... A knife pierces my heart as I realize something. It's not that this world is disappearing. It's me.
Oni-chan. Oni-chan, are you up?
That sounds familiar.
Mark, we're going to be late.
Ah!
Are you even listening to me?
Yeah, I heard you. Jeez, I want to kill you to be a little more gentle.
Gentle? Gentle? But I'm a cute little sister. I'm automatically gentle.
That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Wait.
See? If you're not that dependable sibling you're supposed to be, that gives me the legal right to find new and exciting ways to tease you.
And who was it that wrote this law?
More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to.
Pouting, my diligently evil little sister runs down the stairs. Can't she find a more normal form of torture? It's bright out. Pleasantly bright. I can't get lost just looking at that pale blue sky, although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See, this is why I hate winter. Nature has no mercy for the Northern Hemisphere. Actually, does that make a difference? Technically, every country has to be part of a hemisphere. So there must be warm regions in the Northern Hemisphere, and even so, the Southern Hemisphere would be...
Mark, I've been working on my Hokuto Shinken and...
I'm coming! The last time she tried this, I shudder to think of it.
I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test.
Isn't it usually practice partner, not practice subject? So, that's my sister, Rina. Since she started at my school, life has been hell. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. She's a nice girl and all. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. See what I mean? I'm out of compliments already. And that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ouch! Stupid razor. Dad was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway, Ren is a strange girl, to put it nicely. She always rails on about these crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she watches, trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. I haven't figured out why she calls me Oni-chan yet, though. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I'll think it's subtly ironically unironic. I can only conclude that it's part of some devious scheme that I have yet to catch wind of. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak. The iceberg were a blood-related little sister. But as much as I like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done. Oh, she also does a better job of cooking and budgeting than me. And she never sleeps in. The only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. Now do you see why your life with her is hell?
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I slept perfectly fine until I was woken by a certain someone.
How could you say that? You would be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning.
You're not supposed to call yourself cute.
Is that because we're blood related and you're out of freak?
That's not why! I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think? And it's not very cute.
True. But what if I'm only doing it to unnerve you?
Good point. Well, I do have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother, is what I want to say. But I imagine her twitching a smile when my life flashes before my eyes. So, Rin, you have a test this morning?
Yep, I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it.
I wasn't worried.
Is that your way of hiding your affection?
Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass the test. I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up failing for some stupid reason.
Like that time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator?
Yes. That time.
I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake.
Only 12. Regardless, you get at what I'm saying. Just don't screw up.
I know. I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well?
Uh-oh. I was going to go over to Lucas's house and study over the weekend. Or something like that.
Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie. Psychic.
But I did make that up on the spot. It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I said I'll study, I'll study.
Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes.
I tended to say, what notes? But that really isn't the problem here. Well, would you look at the time?
Don't change the subject.
We're already late.
Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan?
That smells so much more endearing before you get to know her. Made it. I leap past the front door as the clock strikes 8 o'clock, inhaling a lungful of December air.
Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. You were taking so long to brag that I thought I'd really have to put the gloves on.
Thought you were going to leave me if I took too long.
I was only kidding. Leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold day? I couldn't.
And yet you can't practice your anime fighting techniques on me?
Well, when you look at it that way. But you know, mastery of the martial arts can be extremely important.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's important, really.
Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that.
No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal.
What?
Okay, picture this. Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques.
And why would I be doing that?
Because the person challenged you? Because he kidnapped the princess? Use your imagination.
But what if the princess is another cat?
Then you'll just have to go look for her.
Ouch.
Anyway, let's say you end up in combat with someone who knows that you're good at long-range weapons, like a crossbow. They already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at closer range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough, and the attacker will have the advantage.
But what if you're using a mid-range weapon, like a lance?
A lance? That's easy. A well-trained warrior would be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that the axe beats a lance.
True, but then you couldn't just learn magic and attack from a distance.
Yes, but what if your enemy knows that you're a magician? A skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike, no critical necessary. Every magician needs an ace up his sleeve.
And that ace is the martial arts?
That's one option. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural internal circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these circuits can drain much of an amateur's magical energy, resulting in the weakening of the magus's combat ability. In this scenario, even a trained magus would be susceptible to the attacks of an ordinary human. More so since that human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Though it is an unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for magus to...
Enough with the info dumps.
Fine, I don't need you.
She taps the Twitter icon on her phone and runs away. Okay, I may have been a bit hard on her back there. But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to if you're from the city. But I've lived in the suburbs my whole life. I like the peace and quiet. It's nice. Lets your mind wander. Lets your mind wander to things you'd rather avoid.
Mark?
Huh? What was that? I look around and momentarily spot a figure, but it disappears before my eyes. Strange. She looked familiar. Yeah. Can't be that important. 2 weeks later, I would look back at that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions. Mark, you're actually early. A familiar voice welcomes me from the cold. In front of me stands a young man that I've known since the beginning of high school. I sometimes wished I didn't know. On time is more like it. We have barely 5 minutes until the bell. That's still an accomplishment coming from you.
Oh hey, did you bring your notes for the presentation?
My other friend, Lillian, voices her question politely, unlike a certain little sister. Well, Ren was on the computer until midnight and my laptop needed recharging
And your house was constructed without power outlets, of course.
Fine, I'll print them out at lunch. And there goes the bell. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to a boring lecture if it means I can relax. The teacher's voice drones on. And on. And on. I only know of one way to escape. Jumping out the window might have long-term consequences though, so I'll be content with staring through it. Whenever I'm bored at school, I always like looking out the window and thinking about how I'd rather be anywhere but here. Although fortune has treated me with nothing but a sadistic little sister and a pile of unfinished homework this morning, so maybe I'm better off in class after all. Mark? Am I hearing things? Mark? It's just like this morning. Is this someone's stupid idea of a prank? Sure, it's just some kid with nothing better to do with their time, but I can't forget that. Alright, I know what I have to do. Pinpointing the source of the sound, I spin around and glare at my target. She's not getting away this time. The class stares at me. Lucas turns around. I sit back down. Awkwardly. Lunch. Finally. No matter how many years pass, nothing beats the taste of cold meat and freedom. It's quiet. Lucas sighs audibly and I follow. I still don't know how Rin can sacrifice her lunch break to study for a test when she hardly ever studies at home. It's far from the strangest thing she's done. Point taken. So, how's that game I lent you? Oh, right. To be honest, I'm not really into those dating They're not dating sims if they don't have statistics. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll check it out when I get time. Right now I'm busy with... I was about to say schoolwork, but that lie won't last a second. Stuff. Yeah. Stuff. Mark, you do know what this means, don't you? I really think I can see the sunlight glint out those glasses. This means that you had yet to experience modern Japanese visual culture in all its glory. Can you please shut up now? Surely you found yourself taking a peek at Rin's DVD collection at some point in the past 16 years. Haven't you ever felt discontented with the path the story takes? I'll take that as a no. Protagonists always have plot armor in suspense stories, and the main heroine always wins in romances. Even aside from being dumbed down by the awkward transition between two inherently different mediums, haven't you ever felt like the story isn't working? Does it not feel like the main character is a brainless idiot, and that you can do a much better job than him? Haven't you ever felt like that giving that idiotic protag a punch in the face, and telling him to choose the shy innocent library girl over that deceitful One-chan who can't go on a date without thinking about her little brother? This statement may contain a slight amount of bias. At any rate, there's only one solution to problems like these. You play the game. I sense an evil chuckle as he finishes, as he wants to add, and soon you'll be just like me. Well, like I said, I'll get to it eventually. Lucas kicks his feet up. It really is a good game though. And the school uniforms kinda resemble ours, don't you think? As much as I hate to admit, he's right. The school is infamous for its elaborate uniforms that don't match its academic reputation. That isn't going to make me play it any faster. And I'll bother you every day until you do. Do you dare to underestimate my persistence? The bell signals the end of lunch and we head to class. Away from each other, thankfully. I did it. Took a few years, but I did it. I made it back, and it would be long before I talked to him again. A clock ticks in the background as a girl gazes pensively out the window. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. Nervous and a little excited. It's been so long. What'll I do if he's changed? The whole plan would be pointless. I have to stay calm. I know what I'm doing and I've thought it all through. Just stick to the script. I'm nervous. So nervous. I like sunsets. I really do. I can live without long walks on the beach, but sunsets? They're special. Cliché doesn't have to make things less special. Not that it matters much. Storybook romances stay in the storybooks. It's just nice to catch a glimpse of stories sometimes. Be it the MP3 shuffle gods granting divinely selected background music, or bare twilight after a day of rain. Phew, thanks again for the help. Don't worry about it. It's not like I have anything better to do. I slide down from the windowsill, but my feet hesitate. Something about the reds in the classroom and Lillian's smile is discomforting. Discomforting and uncannily familiar. Does the school library always get this much work? I can see why you asked for a hand. No, the library usually maintains itself with the help of the teachers. We just have some extra things to take care of before the end of the term. Paperwork, mostly. Sounds tough. All work and no pay. I think you mean no play. Wait, you're getting paid? No, but... Well, there you go. You win this one. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I don't mind the extra work. We help out because we want to, right? Though it's nice to have an extra pair of hands from time to time. Ah. Right. Besides, you always end up owing me favors. This is just one of them. Anyway, shall we head home? Yeah, let's go. I grab my bag and rush to hold the door. It can be nice to stay back at school, can it? On the occasion, the weather is nice today. I'm trying to find something other than the weather to comment on, but... It's always cold in the winter. It feels good when you're inside. It's like looking at a snow globe. Does that make sense? Now that you mention it, I don't think it does. It made sense in my head. Don't worry about it. I know what you mean. Do you? I think. It couldn't have been that important, right?
I suppose.
Lillian smiles wryly about something and walks up ahead, frizzy hair lit by the sun. We walked alone for the next few minutes. I tried to nonchalantly wave goodbye. I can't shake the feeling that something was off about her today. Maybe I'm imagining things thanks to that voice in my head, but she almost seemed as tense as me. I better head back before Rin starts worrying. I turned to walk home, but... Mark? Okay, that's it. The world just isn't normal today. Mark! I'm getting to the bottom of this. I walk for a few seconds and I pretend not to notice. Before spinning around. It's a girl. She stands out. Long purple hair and a red ribbon, swaying in the breeze. She reappears in an alleyway to my left and I see her lips move.
Mommy.
The minute I step toward her, she points to her right. It's the road that leads back to my school. I look back at her. Or at least I would have, had she not already disappeared. That arrogant! Alright, now she's really done it. I'll run through this town all night if I have to. You're messing with the wrong guy. Before I realize it, the sky darkens and clouds drift in. From time to time, I catch a glimpse of something white out of the corner of my eye, but disappears before I can identify it. She's deliberately dashing through the side streets. She always seems to be exactly one street ahead. I gasp for breath as I reach the school building. The girl stands daintily at its entrance. You! Stop! She grins and runs inside. She has a graceful quality about her. I say run, but it's more like she's gliding. Of course, that's not going to stop me. I catch a glimpse of her feet at the bottom of the staircase. To the left hall. You're running out of places to run. Stairs? Again? No wait, these are stairs to the roof. Why is this door unlocked in the first place? No matter, it's over now. The sky turned black before I realized it, and snow drizzled cautiously down. The last piece of the puzzle falls into place. The purple-haired girl, the snow, the black sky. I saw it all in my dream. The girl looks at me from at the edge of the roof.
Thank you for following me, Mark.
Oh, how many things should I be yelling at her for right now? I can't. My mind isn't functioning like it should. Scattered images from a time I'd rather forget flash through it.
First of all, let me apologize for luring you out like this. It was the only way I could talk to you alone.
She steps closer. Of all the things I want to say, only one line comes out. Who are you?
Don't worry yourself over minor details like that. You will remember me soon enough.
Soon enough? What kind of vague hint is that?
The past will fall into place eventually. It has a habit of doing that.
She pauses and looks up at the sky. The snow collects on her hair.
You might not remember me yet, but I remember you. I've been waiting to see you for a long, long time.
She points her eyes at me, and I can't look away.
Will you help me, Mark? Will you accompany me long enough for you to recover your memories?
Well, that's a strange request. My thoughts vanish. I nod unthinkingly. I will, but you owe me something first. Tell me your name. I feel her warmth before we even touch. She walks up to me and she pauses an inch away, breath turning to mist.
Myra.
I hear her name, and a ribbon flutters before me. The memories taunt me. I've seen her, seen this, but... A cold breeze strikes me as she steps back.
I'll visit you someday soon. In the meantime, if you ever need me, come to this rooftop by yourself when the sky turns black. Call out to me. I'll come to you.
What are you, a vampire?
Maybe.
Ghost? She smiles faintly.
I'll leave that up to you.
One by one, her footsteps grow distant.
Well then, goodbye, my...
Her final words are lost as she steps off the edge of the roof. Wait, she steps off the edge? What the... I dash to the edge of the roof as fast as I can and look down. But there's nothing. Not even a footprint on the freshly fallen snow. My head is spinning. I don't want to think. I don't want to think. I don't want to. It's there. It's there and it keeps coming back. I see her and... Wasn't she called herself? A person I wish I never met? Is she here to haunt me? But then why do I feel so... The girl in the sunset watches me. Like a figure in the faded photograph, she watches me. Like a portrait, like yourself in a house of mirrors, watching. Always watching. She just won't blink. All the while the snow continues to fall. Maya's figure dances through my mind, trapping me somewhere between curiosity and awe. It's the beginning of winter. As the snow dusts the city streets, can't help imagining that her footprints will turn up very, very soon.